Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the start of a new series where we will cover the basics of the C language. I have been gone for many months because I was focusing on studies, and so we will just start. In this episode, we will just focus on what is C, and from the next we can start with the proper actual learning stuff. First, C is a compiled programming language developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1970s. Compiled. There are two types of languages, compiled and interpreted. Compiled means the language converts a program into machine code. Now, this may be hard if you are just a beginner. So, let me just put this way that when you run a program, when a program is just telling the computer to do something, then when you run it, then compiled languages, if the file is written in a compiled language, then on a runtime it will convert the program into machine code all at once. Machine code is binary. What is binary? It is zeros and ones. It is the only language that computer can understand. And interpreted languages convert a program into machine code also, but line by line, and they run line by line. That means compiled languages will, let's say there's a 10 line program. So the compiler will convert the all lines at once and then run it all, but the interpreter will convert first line, run it, second line, run it. So it's like this. Generally, compiled languages are much easier. Not easier, I mean, sorry. Generally, compiled languages are very much, let's say, faster than interpreted languages. Now, like for example, compiled program may take around 5 milliseconds to run, while interpreted may take 300 milliseconds, or let's say 100 milliseconds. So, next, C, why was it created? C was designed to implement the Unix OS. So, I'm not going to go into too much detail. Unix OS is just an operating system, which was developed in the 1970s, and they needed a language that was both easy to write, yeah, that was both easy to write, and also it was capable of doing talking to the hardware more efficiently. All right, so it was a little bit low level also. Now let's just go into that. It is a middle level language. What does the middle level language mean? It means there are three types of languages. All right, um, there is high level, middle level, and low level. High level means that it is easy, cannot do, cannot talk to the hardware directly, etc. For example, let's give an example. Python. Python is interpreted and high level. Now, what does this mean? This means that high level Python is, for example, a lot of programmers will recommend Python for the first language of a beginner, because it is much easier, and you don't have to worry about all the hard stuff because Python is actually a little bit easy. Then we have middle level. Middle level, we can say it is medium difficulty, can talk, okay, no, cannot talk to hardware directly, etc. For example, now here we have our C, and in a high level I would like to put Java also. Low level, high difficulty, can talk to the hardware directly. For example, we have assembly. This is a just a major example. Assembly language, it is the closest thing that we have to writing binary. All right. And then we just have machine code, which is the zeros and ones. So you can take C as a medium difficulty language. For beginners, obviously it will be very hard. Now, this I will be aiming for each episode to be between 10 to 20 minutes. Now, about me, I started programming in November of 2024. um, at that time I just watched a YouTube video which told me which is the easiest language, and it told me Java. My strong and first language, the first language I learned is this, and it is also my strongest. And I am currently working on OS step. That means creating your own operating system. One more thing, I will not tell my name, but I'm 12. 12 years old. When I started this whole channel, I was 11. Now, let's just start with the requirements to write C code. First of all, you will need a editor, text editor or code editor, where you will modify the program. So let's just okay, did it this now. Let's just go into Google Chrome. All right. Now I will be aiming this for Windows and Linux both. So first of all, we need an editor. So the most easiest one that you should pick at first is Visual Studio Code, which is this one right here. I personally use Vim or NeoVim. So let's just start with Visual Studio Code. Now, if you are on Windows, this is for Windows. If you're Windows, you have to come to this website, and it will not show this download for Linux, download for Linux. The website just detected my operating system. If you're on Windows, it will say download for Windows. You have to click that, and it will be very easy. But if you are on Linux, now if you are on a distro like Ubuntu or Debian, then you have to click this. If you are on a RPM based, then you have to click that. Personally, I'm on EndeavourOS, which is an Arch based operating system. So we have to do what we have to do is go to the terminal on your operating system Arch based, and since you are on an Arch based OS, then what you will have is a Pacman for the uh, package manager. Sudo pacman -s code. You can enter this, and I've already downloaded this, so you don't need to. I mean, I don't need to, you have to. I will cancel this. After you have done this, now you can go here, press the Windows key, run. If you have Windows, Visual Studio Code, but if you're on Linux, code. All right, code dash OSS. Now, next we will need a way to run this. So we have to download the compiler. If you are on Windows, you have to go to mingw. Okay, so this is a software that gives the GCC, which is the command of the compiler. Click on the SourceForge and click download for Windows. But if you are on this Linux, we have to go into the terminal, sudo pacman -s gcc. All right, and I won't be doing this. You have to do it. So now that we have everything ready, we can start with our first language. I will not be explaining the details, obviously. That will be for the next video. This is the ending part of this video. So first, you can delete all this. I want hashtag include stdio.h. This is a file that we have to include. It is this file is included with the GCC. All right, so it comes pre-built, and it means standard IO. IO means input output, so we can print and output and input with this. Next, int main. If you are a complete beginner, you won't understand. If you know some language, then it will be kind of easier. Nothing here. And printf hello stop hello world. So, and in the end we can do return 0. So what did we do? We printed hello world to the terminal, and then we returned 0. Return 0 just means it's a line that you can add in the end of the program. Return 0 means that the program ran successfully, but if you did return 1, that means some error was shown. Okay, now you can either run this in the terminal. I will actually where's the terminal here? Okay, stop. Let's go into the terminal, new one. Okay, so now you have to pick where your C file is. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to show this, but what you have to do is you can pick any directory on your computer. Maybe create a project folder. Just a second. A folder that I named project, and then inside this you can create a folder called C, and inside that you can, for this one you can write first episode dot C, first not episode, first video. Okay, so now we will go into that directory. Mine is cd project slash not this C. All right, and you can print, and here we have our tutorial.c. What we will do, this is the command for the compiler, gcc tutorial.c, and then dash o. This means where the output will go. You can write tutorial. All right, now it created this file. You won't be able to open this, and don't open it, right? Because it is actually machine code and binary. What we will do now, dot slash tutorial, and here we have our first program ever, hello world. It printed that, and let's just see what is the length of this episode. 12 minutes and half. Okay, in the next episode we will dive into the explanation of this whole program, and focus on a little bit more stuff. For now, we can end the program, I mean we can end the episode. I will give you homework, not here. Now your homework is to let's decide, nothing right now, but change, okay wait, print your own name with the above code, and show it or not show, and comment the code in the comment section, so that I can see if it is right. All right, so that's your homework, you have to do that. And for now, we can say bye, and I'm ending the episode. Thank you, bye.